Everybody's always looking for a sure bet, and that's always hard to give, in particular when you're giving out your picks in public. But one thing that's not hard is sure bet coffee, and I drink it every single morning. It's nice and smooth. There's low acidity. They give back to equine aftercare, Old Friends Farm, the Bridge Sanctuary, the Thoroughbred After Alliance. How can you not support a company that supports the aftercare of these magnificent animals? And right now, you can use the code TTP20 to get 20% off at surebetcoffee.com. However, I'm going to try to give you a sure bet right here in this video for the Florida Derby. If you have $100 to spend, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to use it.
Trust the Profits is proud to be sponsored by Game of Silks. Go to silks.io to get in the game. Real ownership, real races, real rewards.
Sure bet coffee.
That's right. Is right. Go check out surebetcoffee.com. It's excellent. I only endorse it because I enjoy it every single day. And it really is a great tasting coffee that I think you will enjoy as well. And so what we're doing here is trying to give you a sure bet for the 2024 Florida Derby. And of course, the big story in the Florida Derby going into it is Fierceness, a horse who obviously won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile by open lengths, won his maiden victory by open lengths, and then had two races that left a lot to be desired where he had a little bit of trouble. One of those races was the Champagne being run over a sloppy track. And then obviously the other one was the Holy Bull, where he ended up finishing third to a horse who comes back in this race, the number 2, Hades. And Hades is where I'm going to start, and Hades where I'm going to put my money in the Florida Derby. I think that Hades, who in all 3 races so far, which were all victories, has had the inside post. Once again, draws on the inside, gets the morning line 7-2. Now, one thing I really am intrigued by Hades, and this is where I think I'm going to make my difference, is that trainer Joseph Orseno was listening to the Steve Bick show after that victory in the Holy Bull. And one thing he said about Hades was how game this horse is. Horses pull up beside him, he eyeballs them, and he wants to beat them. He is a competitor through and through. Okay, so I envision this as Hades on the inside. Remember, they're going 1 1/8 miles, so that distance to that first turn is very short. Fierceness, on the other hand, is on the outside. Now, Fierceness has broken poorly twice, and those are the 2 races that he struggled a little bit, okay? But I don't know that I could say that if Fierceness gets eyeballed by Hades, that he's going to have it in him to pass him in the stretch. And I can see Hades getting to that first turn first in front, Fierceness kind of stalking him on the outside. And then when they come down the stretch, hopefully Hades has realized that Fierceness is there, eyeballs him, and shows that grit that he showed in the Holy Bull. The speed figure came back a little bit lighter than the allowance when he had at Gulfstream going 7 furlongs. Sire Awesome slew the average winning distance of 6.7. Sure, you may have a concern of the 1 1/8 distance, but on the dam side, which I tend to prefer for distance anyways, is just 7.4. So I'm going to use Hades on top for my $100 bet here, okay? And what I'm going to do is for a $15 trifecta, I'll go Hades with Fierceness second. Here's Fierceness is a talented horse. I can absolutely see him hanging around for second place, okay? And we're going to put a little bit more money on that particular try because those two are obviously Fierceness at 8-5 and Hades at 7-2. Putting 2 horses on top that have low odds obviously going to be a struggle with your payouts. So that's why I'm going to put $15 on this try. And I'm going to use some of these horses that I'm extremely interested in. Frankie's Empire, I said, could be the value play here, even a possibility to win, but I didn't want to spread too much. Frankie's Empire has put up 3 Brisnet speed figures, 92, 93 in the last 3 races. A little bit of a concern maybe on the distance. Trainer hitting at 16% in graded stakes with a plus 4.32 ROI. That is trainer Michael Yates. Frankie's Empire is a horse I can see closing late. The other ones that I like here, number 4, Grand Mo the First. I think the added distance is going to help this horse. He's shown the ability to be within striking distance at the second call, which is something that I want for my closers. The average winning distance of 7.5 and 8.1 on the sire and dam side absolutely make me think that this horse stretching out is going to gain even better than he did in the Tampa Bay Derby when he was also coming late in that sandy track. Year 6, Le Dombro is for second place finishes at Gulfstream Park, rising speed figures. Draw a line through that race in the mud in the Remsen, and you've got a horse that continues to get better. And the number 9, Conquest Warrior, a little bit of defensive play here. This is the $1 million horse who's kind of what they're calling the wise guy. Beat Antiquarian 2 back. Obviously, Sean Patrick Nolan's a big fan. But also one thing to take note is that he has the victory at 1 1/8. Now, the speed figure was only an 86. But there's a little bit of, I think Conquest Warrior could be talented and could get up here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is come back. And let's say that those 4 horses pass Fierceness for second. Hades still wins. We're going to do a $10 try with Hades on top. Those same 4 horses in second place with Fierceness holding on for third. $60 bet, $40 bet. That gets you to your $100 on this way to make a sure bet for the Florida Derby. Hopefully, it's a winning one. And like I said, go to SureBet Coffee, check them out. Use the code TTP20. You'll get 20% off this week. And they've also got some awesome swag and gear, merchandise, some tumblers that are a big hit. We are all in on SureBet Coffee, so give them a look. And let us know in the comments how you might spend $100 on this year's Florida Derby.